come with me to take a tour of DC United's Audi Field.
We're gonna check out the pitch, go into the DC United locker room, explore the press box and media areas, sit in the seats, visit the VIP areas, learn about DC United's history, and grab a bird's eye view.
The club is hooking us up with inside access, so we're gonna go to all the areas of the stadium, show you what it's like to be a fan.
Now before we get going, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for all of my full-length uploads. I saw this statistic that only 9% of the watch time on my videos comes from subscribers. To me, that's crazy. So why not subscribe now? Located on Washington, D.C.'s southwest waterfront, Audi Field is a state-of-the-art, soccer-specific stadium home to DC United, the Washington Spirit, and the DC Power. One of the founding members of MLS, it took nearly 2 decades for DC United to get approval to build and move into their permanent home. Honestly, I think it was worth the wait. Now let's head out onto the pitch.
This is where the players enter onto the pitch. Let's walk up and see what it's like.
I'm not sure I've seen a tunnel with stairs going up to the pitch before. Usually they're at ground level. This is one way that the architects kept the footprint of the stadium small because DC's not a very big place. What a view. Imagine walking out to see these scenes with thousands of screaming fans greeting you.
Pretty cool view. You come up those stairs and boom, right in the middle of all the action. I was down here last night. You'll see some of those clips in this video and my other videos. Nothing like the sun rising over the stands out on the pitch.
We had some amazing access in DC. Thank you so much to DC United for giving us the best treatment when we were in town.
These ultra premium seats, you are so close to the action. Really all the seats here are right on top of the action due to the grade. It's so steep. Like I was saying, there's no bad seat in here. And yeah, these are a little bit even better than some of the others.
I just mentioned how steep this stadium is. Gonna show you a little more of that later, but since we're in some of the VIP sections, let's stick with that. Audi Field highlights why soccer-specific stadiums are so important in America. I'm sick of these NFL stadiums or a running track where you're so far away from the action. This reminds me of a proper English ground. You're just feet away from the pitch. And for a lot of people in these sections, you're gonna be right on top of the players, seeing what they're doing on the bench, who's warming up. You probably can hear what the coach is saying to some of the substitutes who are getting ready to go on.
A little bit wet, but I think, let's see if I can find a dry one. Oh, this is the away bench.
Funny thing that I learned while touring this stadium, these seats that have the DC United logo on them are actually the away bench. DC United manager Troy Lesesne decided to make the change in order to have his position a little bit closer to the 4th official. Now that's what I call home field advantage.
You can tell that this stadium was designed with so many different types of fan experiences in mind. These cabanas right here, pitch side, sit in the booth. It's like you're at home, but you're right on top of the pitch with the sports book in the background. And yeah, we're gonna go up into the Chico stand now. This is where the hardcore fans sit. We're seeing the flags, hearing them singing the songs, the capos on these stands right here. Just look at how steep it is. This is just the 4th row, and you're still so high up you can see everything. I love how it's safe standing, general admission. If you want a good seat in this section, you gotta get there early. Let's see what our next stop on the tour is.
Saw the Chico stands, saw some of the general admission seats. Now, let's check out more of the VIP areas. The Heineken rooftop is one of the most premium areas at Audi Field. The location and the views are perfect, which is why the club often utilizes it when they're filming content. You've got the option to sit indoor and outdoor, making it perfect for all weather, and you can see some of the setup already getting underway for today's guests. If you want to sit inside, you're gonna have to buy the whole suite, but out on the rooftop, anyone is allowed to go during the game. A lot of people just pop up there because it's one of the best views in the stadium. Like I said, it's got a great view of the pitch, and if you turn around, you can even see the Washington Monument. Just behind the Heineken rooftop is the DC United Club shop. Didn't make it into there, but you can see the Capitol Wow, what a view. And obviously, as it's Audi Field, they had to have some of the cars as well. How do they get it to the top of the stairs? Another one of the premium areas is the Events DC Club. Here's what it looks like before, and here's what it looks like on match day. A buzz with people before the match. Just like with any stadium, you want to have something for everyone. This is a great place to bring the family, get a meal before the game. Now let's go back down the tunnel and into the locker room. You may have seen a snippet of it if you saw my video where I gave Christian Benteke the golden boot, but it's time for a full tour. Step inside and you're greeted by a giant DC United logo. Turn to the left and you'll catch a glimpse of the players' lounge. But let's check out the lockers first. The season just ended, but the full clear out has yet to begun. This isn't like a locker room in some of those older stadiums. This is very premium, very plush. Just check out the chairs that get propped up outside of the lockers on match day.
Well, this is the DC United locker room. It's been a little bit cleared out after the end of the season, but still cool to see all of the players, you know, their photos that they have in their lockers, these things that give them motivation to keep going.
Another piece of insider information I'm showing you, here's the DC United tactics board from the match against Charlotte FC. We can see they're set up in that 4-4-2 diamond shape against Charlotte's 4-3-3. I like seeing these set pieces. You can see that Benteke's on penalties, and the goal kick strategy calls for Benteke to match up against that left center back. Just like in FIFA, you gotta set your custom tactics. Next, we're going into the equipment room. You never know what kind of treasures you're gonna find inside of a place like this. Plenty of pennants from matches throughout the club's history. Looks like we've got some old locker name tags from previous players, or just previous branding maybe. And over here, boots, boots, and boots.
Another one of those jobs you don't necessarily think of right away, but a kitman is one of the most important members of any team. Okay. Saw Tim Ream with a pizza. Not too many boots left in here. Some mean studs. It's a boot dishwasher.
Some of the custom set piece tactics, and now we're gonna walk into the recovery room. Ice baths, massage tables, they've got everything in here to make sure the players can recover and get back into action as fast as possible.
Nobody wants to do it, but you gotta get in that ice bath if you want to recover.
That's it for us in the locker room. Next, let's check out some of the media and staff working areas within the stadium.
We're gonna step into the press box. This is where all the writers are, and really everyone working in media. Most important thing is you're gonna come in here, get your pregame meal, and get a coffee.
Lights on, and let's explore the press box. Like I said, you gotta get a meal, gotta get a coffee. Here's what I ate on match day at Audi Field. And like I was saying, if you're a writer, you're gonna walk down these stairs, grab your seat, and grab an amazing view of the pitch.
As we've established, there are no bad views at the stadium.
Now let's go behind the scenes and check out the broadcast booth.
Let's go inside the broadcast booth. This is where the TV commentators are watching the game from. These sliding doors obviously go out of the way during the match, so commentators have this perfect view right at midfield. Gotta make sure you can see what you're talking about. Obviously they'll have replay monitors so you can catch a replay. Hopefully you don't get too many people's names wrong when you're calling the game.
Next stop, the public address announcer's booth, the PA announcer. That's the person you hear over the stadium loudspeaker. Having done this job before, I would say that it's a lot of fun. You gotta bring the energy. And next to PA is the sound booth.
Another fun job, sound control. You wanna be playing all the music, all the sound bites, all of those funny sound effects. This could be the job for you.
I know there's a lot of curiosity around jobs in sport or working in sports, so make sure to check out some of my other videos about working in media. I did a Q&A earlier this year. Check that out after this, and if you have any other questions, you can always leave them below. Maybe I'll shoot another Q&A. That's it for the press box and the broadcast booths. Let's head over to the DC United offices where people who work for the team spend their day-to-day. Got a beautiful facade outside before you step in, and inside a very modern office, open concept. You can talk to anybody, great for collaboration, and there's really some fun stuff around the edges. Gonna show you a little more of it in a sec. It's more than just desks and computers though. Check out the trophy cabinet. More on those trophies in a second. They've got some signed jerseys on the wall. That's something I always want to see in an office. And of course, a Wayne Rooney bobblehead. As you can see, DC United is the most decorated club in Major League Soccer. DC United's trophy case is loaded. They're a founding member of Major League Soccer, and they hit the ground running at the start of the league's history. 4 MLS Cup titles, 3 in the first 4 seasons of MLS. They won the Supporters' Shield twice in that period, and twice in 2006 and 2007. 3 Open Cups, 5 Eastern Conference playoff championships, 6 Eastern Conference regular season championships. They've also won the CONCACAF Champions Cup and the Copa Interamericana, both in 1998. So this place is packed. Let's jump outside because I've got to talk about this outstanding mural. I absolutely love when clubs glorify their former players and their history. This is now part of the stadium. It's actually where I entered at the media entrance on Saturday. We've got so many legends, both from DC United's time and even from before. Johan Cruyff and the Washington Dips. Just above him, the photo of the 1996 MLS Cup winners. That inaugural MLS Cup. To the left, Bolivian stars, Jaime Moreno and Marco Echeverri. Of course, Wayne Rooney. I think he scored the best goal in MLS history. Then we've got Ben Olsen, who was the 1999 MLS Cup MVP, hoisting that trophy. And to be honest, I'm not sure who it is on his left. Help me figure this one out. To me, it looks like that LA Galaxy jersey, so maybe it was a shirt swap, but I can't find who is number 18 or 8 on either of those teams. So help me out. Jersey wall here, you can see all of the kits DC United have worn since 1996 when they were an inaugural member of Major League Soccer. They've really done a lot to make these entrances get you in the mood for a game. Check this one out. It's a jersey wall greeting you when you walk in. All the club's kits from the early days in the 90s up to the present day. Which one of these kits is your favorite? For me, it's probably either that 96 to 98 home kit. The home kit didn't really change too much over the first decade of the club's existence. And I like that because it gives it that classic feel. Also, the 98 away is a beauty. I love that it's actually asymmetrical in contrast to some of these other ones that felt very symmetrical, but also very 90s in a nice way. Those kits hold a lot of special memories for DC United fans due to the club's early success, winning 3 of the first 4 MLS Cups. So we walked up here last night, but let's get another amazing bird's eye view of the stadium. We've checked out almost every area of Audi Field, and since I've shown you all around the place, why not cap off the tour by heading to the top and getting a bird's eye view? Whenever I take a stadium tour, I love going to the highest possible point and taking a panorama. To the west, we have Arlington, Virginia. To the north, downtown Washington, DC and the Washington Monument. To the east, it's the Frederick Douglass Bridge that you see on the back of the DC United kits. How's this for a visual? Talk about incorporating some of the local architecture into the kit. I was too busy during the match to actually stop and grab some scran, but they had plenty of food trucks around the ground, as well as the concession stands. Some of these food stands, I only showed you a little bit of the food, but there are so many options. I think that's the case at most modern stadiums. You've got to cater to different palates, different fans, different tastes, and just have something for everyone. Before we wrap up the video, I just want to say a big thank you. I hope you've enjoyed going around Audi Field, checking out the pitch, the locker room, media and staff working areas, learning a little bit about DC United history, and then popping up top for a bird's eye view. Thanks again to DC United for showing us around, and thank you, Footy Fam, I couldn't create all of this content without your incredible support. Thank you, Footy Fam. A special thanks to the VIPs and Ultras who are paid subscribers on the Footy Fam Patreon. This video wouldn't be possible without your support. If you want to see your name in the credits and get other awesome perks like BTS content and more, make sure to subscribe via the link in the description.